it's me. I made another video, making another video. They said it couldn't be done, said it wasn't possible, but here I am. You do it when they least expect it, and that's exactly what I told myself before hitting record. Basically for every month, or every day I try to watch a movie, but when it comes to October, that is specifically scary movie time, and what's great about that is I get to focus a lot of time on scary movies, which I love. So, you know, it's just a win-win for a movie lover. In October, I see some movies that I haven't seen before. Yeah, that's right, laugh it up. The movie guy hasn't seen every film ever. You know, and I'm completely embarrassed. Movie calendar. Wow. I watched some good ones. Some movies that weren't so good this past October. For example, don't watch I Spit on Your Grave. Really not worth your time. So, first thing I watched October 1st was The Conjuring. And, wow. The Conjuring is like the horror movie of this generation's time. I did like polls throughout the month, and The Conjuring was just one that people knew, they wanted to hear about, I don't know, everybody's got a memory with that movie. I don't know if we just all went and saw it with our friends the summer it came out. Point is, The Conjuring's a big movie, and I didn't realize it until, really, this past month. I didn't realize how big it was. I don't know if it's just around here, but yeah, people are really into that movie. And like, everybody remembers, I mean, I love it. It's a great movie. I'm just saying, didn't realize how popular it was. Scream is a movie that I just didn't see up until October 5th. Man, do I love Scream. Like, it's, not only is it like good at being scary, it is still like fun to watch. Even, I don't know, just something about the characters, even though they're kind of bland and like you're not necessarily supposed to like feel the best about them, there's something about them. Like Matthew Lillard, as whatever his name is in that movie, couldn't tell you, forgot, sorry, it's been about a month. He's great, he's hilarious. Yeah, he's only Shaggy in my mind, but like, that's beside the point. The guy that's the other killer, spoilers, it's been out for like 2 decades now. That guy was great. Can't remember his name. Skeet Ulrich, I think. Kill me if that's not his name. Sorry, bro. That's a awful name. Yeah, Scream is a solid watch. Like, every October I'm watching that movie. That's a great one. Haven't watched the sequels. Probably not going to. And that works for me. I'm great just thinking that there is only one Scream. My life is fine. Okay. Oh god, Tusk. Tusk is a movie that, you know, you think you know where it's going, and then it kind of takes another turn, and not all those turns are for the best. It is definitely uncomfortable, and will probably make your skin crawl for a second, but then once you get past that, you're kind of like, where's the substance? Like, it almost feels like they try to shoehorn stuff in there, and you're like, the puzzle pieces are not mixing. This is not creating a coherent image. It's just like trying to force it. Human Centipede is obviously a comparison if you watch it. That's like trying to shoehorn a genuine love story into Human Centipede. Like, it's just something that doesn't work. You can have a message there, but this one didn't work out. There's not a whole lot there, unfortunately. I've seen Green Room 500,000 times at this point. I love that movie, and I'm sure it has a larger cult following than I think it does, but more people need to see this movie. It's awesome. It's visceral. It looks great. It's just like a new form of like horror almost. There's nothing supernatural about it, but you're scared all the same, at least for the main characters. It's like Anton Yelkin's last movie before he died. God rest his soul. Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't say enough about Green Room. The acting is great from people who you don't normally see, except for Patrick Wilson. Oh my God, kill me. Patrick Stewart, who is just incredible and creepy and really evil, and it's nice seeing him that way because, you know, he's always trying to be nice and like, come on, dude, be mean at least once. The practical gore that they have in here and the awful imagery that like you expect from a supernatural horror film or a slasher of some sort, but this movie just has it just mixes its ideas very well. And wow, you should watch that movie. It's not even just a Halloween movie, just any time. Okay, another movie I watched that I hadn't seen before was Candyman. And yes, basically Netflix is the way I get my movies. Who cares? Candyman is an odd one. It wants to be a new mythological creature like Dracula, but it also wants to be a horror story and freak you out with like bees and mental telepathic like torture. Not what I expected. I had heard from multiple people that this is one of the scariest movies they've ever watched, and it's scary. I mean, like, it is scarier than I expected. Some real, like, creepy things in there. The guy who plays Candyman is really good at his job. I think he's really tall. You know, I guess not much to say that hasn't been said. It's been around for a while, but, you know, pretty good. I'd say worth the watch. Real creepy love story. Now this one, I am very excited because I finally get to talk about Hereditary. Okay. Hereditary is one of the most wild horror movies I've seen in a long time. There is so much in this movie to mess with your minds. There is so much to make you wince and so much to build tension and make you feel like you're going to have a heart attack. It scares you in ways you would not expect a movie to scare you in. You don't expect some of these things that Ari Aster is throwing at you. Ari Aster is the man. I mean, once I watched this movie like 3 times now, and just the first time I watched it, I could not get over how beautiful this movie is either, how softly some of these horror beats are, how soft they sneak up on you. You just have to watch it. It is like an inspiration. It makes me want to make horror movies. But also, it might not be for everyone. I mean, I know people who really hate this movie, and I think it's wonderful, but it must be one of those movies that is really hit or miss for some people. It's not super ambiguous, but there is a lot of like mentally placing information on things. You kind of have to come up with your own theory as it goes on, but that's part of the fun. You know, there's traditional stuff like seances and like people running across walls and stuff, but like it's so much more than that, and it takes those tropes that you're so used to, and it turns them into something creepier and something that you'd never expect. And I didn't see this when it came out in theaters, but I know that people were saying it's the next great thing in horror, it's the next Exorcist, it's the Exorcist of this generation, blah blah blah. Who cares about superlatives? It's a great movie. I think it is so worth a watch. And don't even get me started on Toni Collette's acting. I don't think she won an Oscar that year. She was definitely nominated. Holy crap, it's like the best acting I've ever seen. She handles this woman who is going through so much, and like she does it so well. Like, she does some things that could almost be seen as cringy, in here, and you're just like, this woman is tortured. This woman needs help, and you feel bad for her. And I don't know, some of the expressions she makes, just like you wonder why this woman, well, didn't get an Oscar for it. The other person that really shines in Hereditary is Nat Wolff. That kid, he's like the other half of this movie, and he rocks it. Now, you can definitely tell this kid is tortured, and it's depressing. Like, you just want to hug him, basically at every point in the movie. It's just so sad, bro. Like, he kind of blew me away. Didn't expect it from him. Thought he was just a decent actor, but he really pulled through. And I mean, I'm not gonna credit him too much because Ari Aster clearly knows what he wants, and he's getting it from his actors, and he's really good at that. God bless Ari Aster. He's my dude now. Sorry, Damien Chazelle. I didn't like First Man enough. Hush is a movie that I have seen before, and I saw it once when it came out, and then I was kind of like, that's fine. I wasn't too impressed by it. I had some issues with the movie. So I revisited it because it's been like 3 years or something like that. Man, this movie is good. It almost feels traditional in a way. Like just a traditional older horror movie. But, you know, it's really good at playing with the characters that it has. I mean, the antagonist, he is not necessarily your normal antagonist. I mean, yeah, he creeps up on this woman and like tries to murder her and stuff, but I mean, he takes off his mask like 5 minutes into the movie. You know what he looks like. He's not that scary. But then there's a scene where he kills a neighbor, and he does it in his own special way because he's, like he says, he's not as big as the guy. So it's just a different kind of, it's not psychological, but it is a different kind of slasher almost. I think Hush is something that was big when it came out and is now kind of overlooked. And, you know, maybe it doesn't have to be looked at too hard, but in terms of having a solid movie to watch, I think Hush is one of those movies. That was my October movie calendar, parts of it. Man, I think I'm probably going to do this every October if this thing lasts. We'll see. We'll see where I am in a year. Anyway, like, subscribe. I don't remember how I do this. Tell your mother you love her. Hug your father. And, you know, don't go to bed angry.